Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Kogan. Drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip. Go. Now, by the way, guys, today I'm starting something new. I just want to try it for today's stream. I have YouTube set up automatic ads on this stream, but I had it set up ultra conservative automatic ads. I wonder what that means, because there's 3 levels: heavy ads, medium ads, and conservative ads. I set it up to be conservative ads. So for those of you watching live, I'm curious, how intrusive are these ads? How often do they play? I'm purposefully testing it today. In fact, it looks like an ad break is going to run in 10 seconds. So I'm curious if you guys could tell me what you see. What kind of ads do you see? How many are there? I want your feedback, all right? So it's going to start in just a few seconds here, but I'm going to continue on with the show. Many of you, if you're watching on demand, you probably will not see the ads. Okay? And some of you may not see ads at all. All right? Why? Why won't you see the ads? Because ads are regional. They're based on location. So you may live in a part of the world where the ads don't apply, so you won't see them. You may have ad blockers, which is fine. I'm not even going to advise you at this point to not use an ad blocker on YouTube anymore. That's your prerogative. YouTube is atrocious with the amount of ads that play on it. It's almost unbearable. All right. However, I will say this. If you have YouTube Premium, oh my God, is YouTube a better place? YouTube Premium, yes, it's like $15 a month or something like that, but you never have to watch an ad. Everything works at the highest quality all the time. You could pre-download shows to watch when you don't have a good internet connection. You can have YouTube in the background playing as like music, like a music playlist, and it works fine. And I actually do that all the time. So I strongly recommend YouTube Premium to those of you who don't have it. It's a great thing if you're someone like me who uses YouTube all the time. It's very useful. Yes, it costs money, but and by the way, it helps out any content creator you watch under it. If you're watching a content creator who has ads on their content, you don't have to watch the ads, and they get paid as if you did. You see? So I strongly recommend it. Anyway, so you might say, you might say, well, why are you trying this? Well, we're going to talk about that in just a moment, actually. But I'm curious because YouTube, every day, YouTube pressures me to have YouTube run ads. It says, you don't run ads on your streams. Let us do it for you. We have this new system that we just sent, all right? And, or that we just designed. And what it is, 3 levels. It's like super intrusive amount of ads, heavy ads, medium balanced ads, and conservative ads, all right? And I'm curious, number 1, how often will they play for you guys? And number 2, how intrusive they are. And of course, number 3, will they even help me or my business? Right now I had a couple hundred people on the stream, and out of that, how many of you actually just watched an ad, right? Maybe like 20%. So what did I make, like a nickel, right? I'm just curious. I wanted to try it out for a few streams to see how it works. And if it ends up being something insanely annoying, then I'm just going to turn it off forever. But if it ends up being not so annoying and people are like, yeah, it's not that bad, it's only every once in a while, and if it helps out me in the business, then I should probably leave it on. Right now I left it on conservative just to see how often the conservative ads play and how many and how bad it is. Maybe even balanced would be okay. I don't know, because again, balanced for what we think versus balanced for what YouTube thinks could be 2 completely different things, right? So, let's see what happens. All right, and I turned it on for a reason. We're about to talk about that. Okay, so the other thing going on in my mind, when you ask me, well, Phil, how are you doing? Well, first of all, I'm just not doing very well because I've been sick, and these lingering symptoms won't go away, and they are annoying me, and they're making my streams. It's annoying. It's intrusive. I have to keep blowing my nose. I have to keep clearing my junk and stuff like that. The Villain YouTube Premium is not $23 a month. I don't know where you're paying for it. It is not $23 a month. I don't know what region you live in. That's not the United States, though. Where I live, I'm not paying $23 a month for YouTube Premium. I hate to tell you. It sounds to me like you're paying for it. Number one, you're probably not American. I don't know. But number two, you're probably paying for it through a third party. I should actually bring this up. This is very important. If you were someone who does everything through your phone and you have an Apple device, you're getting ripped off. Okay? If you do anything through Apple itself, they take a premium. They charge you a premium amount of money for literally nothing. They do nothing with it but pocket it. Okay? So let's say, for example, you're sitting on here and you're watching YouTube through the app on your iPhone. And it pops up, join YouTube Premium. The price they're going to charge you via that method is like $5 more a month than what it actually costs. Because Apple pockets $5. I'm not kidding. Don't do it through your phone. Any subscription you pay for, never do it through an Apple device. Do it through your desktop computer and have it auto-renew through desktop through a manual payment method, and you will save all of that money. It is a complete ripoff. I'm not kidding you. Any subscription service, because I've had other subscription services. I've had delivery services, like food delivery services. I've had YouTube Premium and all that, and I didn't realize I was paying more money through the iPhone, and I canceled all of them, and I did them all through my desktop, and now I'm saving like $30 a month that Apple used to just pocket for no reason. Okay, so that's a good piece of advice there. If you don't own an Apple product, well, then you're all good. There you go. Anyway, so getting back to the subject at hand, okay? So not only am I already kind of feeling run down and just tired from the illness that is going on right now, and it won't go away, but now let's talk honestly about what's been going on with my content and the streams and everything recently, okay? So first of all, I missed out on 3 entire full days of streams, including a marathon event, and it sent me back in a big way. You know, I was in the midst of major playthroughs. I had good momentum going for Spider-Man and Mario, and I put them on hiatus to play Alan Wake 2 for 2 straight days. And then the whole idea was to continue with that momentum, have a Halloween event in the middle, and then keep pushing. And by losing 3+ days of streaming, it has sent me back tremendously. Now the momentum that I had with those games is literally gone. All right? I've noticed that a lot of people are just kind of like, blah, you know. Well, we like the games that you were playing, but blah, you know. Spider-Man's been out for 3 weeks. Mario's been out for 3 weeks. Alan Wake's been out for almost 2 weeks now. You know, and we don't really care about it anymore. On to the next. What's new? When's the new game coming? When's the next new thing you're playing, right? And truth be told, not to say that this is unwarranted, I hear ya. When you're playing the same game for 2-3 weeks in the midst of the busiest gaming season, when there are all these other games coming out, you're kind of on to the next. What's the new hotness, right? But what's happened, and I just started talking about this recently, is today it seems like every single game release that comes out here, okay, ends up being a minimum of a 20-hour gameplay experience. Most of these games ended up being around 30 hours, okay? And it did not used to be like that. Back in the day, when, you know, it was the busiest gaming season of the year, you would frequently get some games that were like multiplayer-only experiences, so those you could casually play whenever you wanted. A lot of these games would have around maybe a 10-hour story campaign with some side content, but you could essentially beat a new release game within a week of it coming out. Even balancing it with other games, you'd still be able to get through that new release and wrap it up and move on to the next and move on to the next and move on to the next. But what happened is, in the last 10 years, most of these games that have been coming out have now been held to a higher standard. It was since the dawn of the PS4 and Xbox One, when consoles could now handle these meatier, lengthier gameplay experiences, it's almost expected, right, that every single game that comes out has to have like a 20-hour story and 20 hours of side content. And in order to do a good playthrough of it, you've got to take your time, you've got to explore, you got to look for the extra lore, you got to be a completionist, you got to do this or do that. You got to play at the higher difficulty, you got to challenge yourself. And if you don't, your playthrough sucks and it's not worth watching. Right? It's not like back in the day when a new game would come out and I would immediately buy it, rush through it, beat it within a few days, on to the next, and I would have 12 playthroughs out in a month. In 1 month, 12 games completed. It's not like that anymore. It's not even possible. Number one, being a full-time streamer, right? That I am here streaming all those experiences with you guys on a set schedule. It's not like I could just sit here and record as much as I want and upload as much as I want. I'm adhering to a schedule, a live schedule, right? But in addition to that, things are different. People want these more in-depth gameplay experiences. They don't want me to rush through every piece of content. You want me to explore. You want me to have a meaningful time with you. Interaction with the stream chat. This takes time. This is not something that can be rushed through anymore. So as much as I'm enjoying Spider-Man 2, Mario Wonder, and Alan Wake 2, once I start playing a game and I get to like week 2 of a game, I notice a distinct drop-off in attention, attendance, engagement, and support for these kind of games. And literally, that's what I'm playing right now. I am 20 hours in to 3 different games that I'm playing right now. So, as much as I'm enjoying it, okay? And I hope that you see that, because I am really enjoying all the games I'm playing. And you know what? I want to know truthfully, and this is, I know, crazy. I have not looked at view counts on my streams in over a month. What I did is in the month of October, I extended the size of my preview setup on my desktop. So now I see more of the stream and more of all the stats of the stream, and it covers up view count, and it covers up the amount of likes. You might have noticed I never say, hey, please like the stream. You noticed that, right? I almost never say it. I never say, hey, let's hit 100 likes and do a bubble blow. I never talk about it anymore. Why? Because I don't see it. It's blocked. I can't even see it right now. And I've done that in order to try to just relax and enjoy what I'm doing and not be focused on metrics and not be focused on performance, but just be focused on relaxing, okay? If I'm not focused on the business side of things, and instead I'm just focused on the games and enjoying the games, hopefully that'll come through, and people will enjoy the stream more, and people will be more, apt to talk and chill and relax and have a good time with me, and then want to support the stream, right? At least that's always been my philosophy, and it's always worked. But distinctly, I've noticed in the last couple of weeks, people are talking with me a lot less for some reason. You know, I'm playing Alan Wake 2, and I'm in the midst of a big segment investigating the plot, whatever. No one's talking to me in chat. Chat is barely moving, right? And I'm just like, I don't really know what's going on. All right? And I can't make that change. That tells me it's not the gameplay experience I'm providing. It's either the game that's not interesting to you, or, like I said, maybe it's because here we are 3 weeks later, right? And we're still playing the same games because it takes me so long to get through them, And if I didn't get sick, I fully believe if I didn't get sick at this point, we would have been finishing either Alan Wake 2 or Spider-Man 2. Like, one of those games would be done. And even you know what? Even Mario, because I think we're 1 to 2 streams away from finishing Mario. So if I hadn't gotten sick, we absolutely would have probably been wrapping up a couple of these games now, and would have been a little bit better momentum heading into the new stuff coming up later on in the week and stuff like that. Okay? So, basically, I'm noticing this pattern, all right? That the games I'm playing now, because now we're 2-3 weeks into them, and they're longer experiences than typical games you would expect. They're just 20, 30, 40-hour games now. That the attendance, the engagement, the support, it drops off. And there's nothing I can do about that. I'm still trying to provide the same level of fun and entertainment value in those gameplay experiences. I'm trying to do side content. I'm trying to flesh out the stories. I'm trying to do all this. And I can't make people like the games more than what I'm doing. I really don't know. Feedback is appreciated on that, but I don't know what else I could possibly do to make it better for you, right? During this time of year. Now, on top of all of that going on, okay, there's some other stuff going on too. We had basically a couple days where I came back from not being around. As you know, I was sick. So it set me back several days of content. And then immediately we had a few people who were very, very supportive. We had like 2 or 3 people who did a bunch of big tips and stuff like that. And that was great for like 2 days. I was like, wow, that's great. It's good momentum. It's kind of getting me back into the swing of things. And then what ended up happening was it just ended. And now, like, it's been days of slow attendance slow support. All right. And, you know, here we are. I got today and I got tomorrow. And then it's my day off on Thursday, my regular day off. And on that day, I have to do all my usual things. Grocery shopping. I have to see if we need pet supplies for Jasper this week. We actually might not. It might be a lighter week this week with that, which is good. I'll have to look into that. Actually, I take that back. I just remembered. We're finally out of his treats. We give him one wet treat a day, and we buy this big thing of them, and we're out. So I have to buy another big thing of wet treats, and the big thing costs like $50. No lie. The good news is it lasts like 2 months. But I have to buy a new one this week. I just thought about that. I think that's what we have to buy this week for the pet store. You know, so I got all my usual stuff I got to do this week on my day off. I got to spend money. I have to buy Call of Duty. I spent $25 gift card that I got from my Game Pass points, right? But it's still going to cost me around $50, or actually a little more than that, to get Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 for Friday, right? So I have to drop all this money. And I'm looking at, you know, all the bills that have cleared and what I've paid versus what I haven't paid. And I'm like, well, even with the tips and stuff that came in earlier this week, that helped a lot. It didn't make up for the fact that I missed 3 entire days of streams. And I'm already set back on that. And now I've had a slow weekend, right? Where I've had multiple days, night streams, I'm bringing in like $20 a stream, you know? Day streams, I'm barely hitting the tier 1 tips goal. Some streams, I haven't even hit the tier 1 tips goal, you know? And listen, I get it. It's because the games I'm playing are 2-3 weeks old. It's because they're lingering playthroughs. The games are so long and drawn out now that there's no way to beat them fast, even playing the hell out of them like I tried to. It didn't really give us the foothold that we needed to get far ahead in these games. So I feel like when we start playing newer games, you're going to see another reinvigoration, right? You're going to see a newer audience. There's probably going to be people coming to watch me play Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer who haven't been around to watch these other playthroughs. They're going to be excited for that because I'm playing the old maps and the throwback feel. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. I totally get that. But I can't just drop everything I'm doing, especially when I've invested 20 hours now into 3 separate games. We have to beat them, you see? Now, here's the deal, all right? Here's the other thing that happened, which you guys have no idea. Overnight, 2 things happened, okay? Number 1, someone was very generous and sent me a big generous tip, which we're going to shout out this morning, a $50 tip, all right? That was very much appreciated. I saw that this morning, came in, in my inbox, and I was like, wow. That's cool. Thank you so much, whoever that is. And again, we're going to shout it out. I didn't even really look yet, but we're going to shout it out. Thank you so very much. And I received $100 in chargebacks overnight for tips that came in the month of September. Someone apparently, I don't know what playthrough it was, but it looks like it's 5 separate tips that had come in. And these tips were all for one playthrough. Then they had tipped over the course of like a week. And apparently they were all done with a stolen credit card. So I got notified by PayPal. These 5 tips are under investigation. You know, it looks like it's fraud. So likely there's nothing you can do about it. So I just opted. I just said, what are you going to do? I'm just going to give it all back. I mean, you know, you're not going to fight it. What am I going to fight it for? If it's really fraud, I'm not going to fight it. I'm just going to say, just go ahead, take it back. What can you do? It's not like someone gave me a legit tip and now they're trying to take it back and lie. This looks like legit credit card fraud. Like someone had stolen a credit card. Okay? So it's like, oh, good. I got a $50 tip overnight. Wow, that's going to help. That's going to definitely help me on this week where I only have 2 streaming days left to make up what I need for my day off, right? To be able to afford groceries and everything. That's great. And then I immediately get charged back $100 and it negates the tip I had received plus takes away another $50 right out of my account. Yeah. So, yeah. This sucks ass. Okay? And there, again, it's just, listen. This is not the first time that's happened. This will certainly not be the last. When you are a live streamer and you are a content creator like me and you're small time, this kind of shit happens all the time and you got to be able to fluctuate with it. all right? And you just got to get used to it. That's just something that's the nature of the business, and it happens, and you can't do nothing about it, right? It just, of course, this has to happen this week when I'm already set back from being sick. I'm trying to recover from being sick, and the week is going slow, right? All this has to happen at exactly the same time. And now, oh, here's a tip to help. Oh, immediately negate that tip and take away another half of that or more, or actually doubling that, right? Like, it's just unbelievable. By the way, I have to blow my nose again. So hold on a second while I do that. You know, and so all this is going on all at the same time, right? And you start to look around you, and you're like, so what's really happening here? Is this a bad pattern? Is this a pattern that things are going bad? You start to get paranoid, and you start to worry about shit. In reality, I don't think that's the case at all. I really don't believe that. I think, you know, for someone who's been around the block, I've been doing this for 15 years, I've been doing it for a living for 13 years, you see ups and downs. And I think this is just, sadly, a down cycle where the games are too long. I missed out on streaming time, right? The way I see it, it's not a huge deal. But it adds up, and it gets to you. It does. Mentally, it gets to me when stuff like this happens, okay? And here's an example. I look around my office right now, and what do I see? I see all my setup and everything. I look over to the corner of my office, and I shit you not, we got 2 boxes over there, all right? And you know what those boxes are? There's dead skin on my lip. Those are care packages that I got a year ago from fans, right? Viewers. Remember the Dutch brothers? They were sending care packages, and it had like toys for Jasper, nice things that we were using, right? I mean, that's where I got this pair of Gunner glasses that I wear, you know, whenever we hit a tip skull and stuff like that. It was them. I'm like, so what happened in the last year? Oh yeah, they hate me now. Why? What happened? Well, do you know the story? So apparently they're very religious. Not that I would know that. How would I know that? I don't know them personally. So during Easter this year, everyone was like talking and joking, and apparently I made a joke, an off-the-cuff joke about Jesus is a zombie because he came back from the dead. So if he rose from the dead, he's kind of like he's a holy zombie or something. So it's an off-the-cuff remark. It's a joke. It's not meant to be serious. I grew up Roman Catholic, all right? I'm not insulting Jesus. It's just a joke. Apparently, saying that pissed them off so badly. They hate my guts now. They want nothing to do with me. They don't come to streams. They don't support the streams. They don't send care packages. And they went on some detractor podcast, right? I want you to think how insane that is. I'm one man, all right? One normal guy just sitting right here in an office. And all I do is I talk with you guys all day. We have fun. We talk. We joke. We enjoy games, right? That's all it is. And somehow, I inadvertently piss people off. And it's like, how? Just think about that. How silly that is, right? And it just makes me like scratch my head like, this is life now. We live in a world where at any moment, you could scratch your ass the wrong way and everyone hates you. Like, what? I'm sorry I scratched my ass that way. I really didn't mean to. I didn't think that was going to offend, you know? There used to be a time when, like, you could be more laid back and casual and you could just kind of, like, joke about life and enjoy it and be irreverent and just be silly and not take everything so goddamn seriously. You know what I'm saying? That used to be, like, what life used to be like. And now it's like, no. Now, you can't just have fun. Right? You just can't have fun anymore. And just talk. And just joke. Everything has to be offensive and everything. So, then I start thinking, just in a year's time, here's 2 guys who apparently were fans of mine. They were donating stuff. They were adding stuff to the streams. They were a positive influence. Now they hate my guts. So how many more people are like that right now, right? Like, maybe that's what's going on. Maybe that's what's going on this fall. Because typically... It's dead. Oh, it's not even dead skin. It's a piece of hair this time. Typically, this time of year is a time of year when I see increased viewership, increased levels of engagement. I have to close my blinds now because the sun is coming out inexplicably. I see increase to everything, right? How on earth is it, right, that now we're in the midst of the busiest gaming time of the year, and somehow things are slowing down for me, right? Hold on, let me close these blinds. There. Stupid. You know? It's just, it's weird. And before people say something really fucking stupid, because people always try to justify things in a stupid way, like, oh, well, don't you know that no one has any money because we're in the middle of inflation, we're in the middle of a recession, we're in the middle of everything. Yes, definitely. I've heard of that giant epidemic where live streamers now are all going out of business because no one contributes to their streams anymore. I've definitely heard of that. No, you're an idiot. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. If anything, at a time when there's a recession, at the time when there is inflation, people will actually tend to spend more towards something where they feel like they're getting more out of it and they can get it more easily, accessibly. You understand? People stop spending the over frivolous spending. Like, they won't spend $700 for a concert ticket anymore because that's too much. But they'll throw a few dollars at their favorite streamer because they can just sit at home and enjoy that content every single day, all day, and it's dependable content. That's the truth of the matter. They spend it towards the more easy thing than the more expensive thing. You understand? Oh, my nose. During COVID, oh my God. During COVID, people were way in that direction. And again, you would think during COVID, oh, people were out of work. People couldn't. No, spending was up. Digital spending was way up during COVID when people apparently didn't have money. So this is what you're that's a ridiculous, nonsensical justification. It makes no sense whatsoever. Okay? Okay? What it is there's something going on. And whether, again, it's stagnation because I'm playing the same games for 3 weeks and I'm stuck in these lengthy playthroughs that we're not finishing because the games are so long, right? And it could be the fact that I had momentum going and I lost my momentum because I'm sick and the goddamn cold won't go away and there's nothing I can do about that, right? And everything else, you know, my wife's not feeling good. That's compounding it, you know. And I'm trying my best. I'm trying to keep it together and be calm and have a good week and just relax with you guys, you know. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to be real with you as an audience because this is what I'm going through right now in my head, you know. It's not like it's the end of the world. I want people to understand this. This is not the sky is falling. Oh my God, Phil's going to lose his house, right? No one said that. All right? But this is bad to have not only things were slowing down at a time of year when typically things are getting better, they were already slowing down. All right? And then on top of that, I get sick. That kills my momentum. I come back from the sickness and I get like 2 days of great support, rallying, and then it just dries up and now it's super slow. It's killing me. It is. It's significantly getting to me. And, you know, I don't know what to do to fix it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. Likely, it's a thing that'll just blow over. It's a thing that's just temporary. And it's not a big deal. But it still gets to me. It eats at me. It nags at me. It eats at me. Because again, it's a relative to who I am in the streaming landscape versus everyone else. Okay? You got to understand something. I'm not someone who benefits off of someone else's misery. I'm not someone who gets a big surge of support and a rush for dumb reasons. All right? I'm not a ginormous content creator or streamer. We were just talking yesterday. You know, we're going through the suggestion box. And people are like, oh, well, you see, you should just do all these things that Moist Critical does. I'm like, Moist Critical is 50 times bigger than me. Literally 50. You can multiply the viewership and the attention and the support I get by 50. And that's Moist Critical. Nothing he does could ever apply to me and bring me success. Nothing at all. It's not even close to being in scale of anything of reality or realism. You understand? So, the way I see it is, yeah, this is a crappy time, and there's not much I can really do about it but tough through it. But when people ask me, Phil, how are you doing? Well, I just want to get it off my chest. This is how I'm doing. I feel bad. I feel sick. I'm trying to get over it. And then at the same time, things have slowed down. I'm enjoying the games I'm playing. I feel like I'm doing everything I can to the level I can to entertain my audience. My audience is disengaging during the streams for some reason. And on top of that, support is way low right now. And now in 2 days, I have my day off, and I still have to buy a game for Friday, and I don't even have enough to buy groceries. It sucks. And now an ad is running automatically. It just started. I'm not even kidding you. YouTube chose this moment to run an ad break. So again, I'm curious, are you guys watching ads right now? And if you're watching an ad, what kind of ad are you watching, and how long and intrusive is the ad? Right? What is it? I'm curious. Because this is an experiment. This is totally an experiment, and I want to know what you guys are seeing. Okay? Some people are saying they're running ad blocker, and the ad blocker is working. Some people did not get an ad. Okay. A Call of Duty ad? Really? Okay. At least that's pertinent. At least that's a pertinent ad to something that I'm going to be doing. A baseball ad for MLB, a 10-second ad. I guess that's not so bad, right? A weird ad, donate to the homeless for Thanksgiving. Keep in mind, the ads are local to you. That's how YouTube is supposed to work. Yeah. So I'm as an experiment, I'm just gonna leave it on today. So that's 2 so far, right? We're gonna count. That's 2 ad breaks that it took during the podcast. Let's keep counting. Let's count how many ad breaks it runs and how often it runs. And again, I'm curious, will this pan out to be anything positive for me? Will I actually make anything doing this, or is it just a waste of everybody's time, right? You got a barbecue ad? Barbecue? Why would they be advertising barbecue in the fall? That's weird. Anyway, so if you're wondering, gee, why is Phil experimenting with this today? Well, number one, I really am curious. I've never done this before, right? If ever I was going to run ads, I would just run a manual ad during my stream whenever. I was curious how this system would work. This is the new YouTube automated ad system. They just finished it like a month ago. They turned it on, and they keep pushing for streamers like me to use it. So I'm going to leave it on conservative ads today, and I want to see how it affects everyone, right? Does it really negative? Because you guys say to me, we don't even mind. Go ahead and monetize us and run an ad every once in a while. You've said that to me. So I'm gonna turn this automated thing on the conservative setting and see how it works, all right? Fair enough? I say leave it on the conservative setting or whatever, and let's see how it works and go from there. If it ends up being super annoying, I will turn it off, all right? But if it ends up being not so annoying or not a big deal, and, you know, if it could actually make a few extra bucks, I'll be honest with you guys, I need it. I need the help right now with, you know, with being set back from being sick and now having a very slow support week, okay? Okay. Allow me to blow my nose again. Yes, I need to blow my nose again. And then we're going to get into other topics, okay? Okay, so, in summary, how am I doing? Well, I'm not at my wit's end yet. I'm not dying of illness. I'm not destitute, you know? But, yeah, some annoying things have really added up in the last couple of weeks. It's starting to get to me. What would I appreciate? I would appreciate more positivity and engagement on the streams. If you're on one of my live streams, please just talk. You know, just engage. Don't just sit there. You know, be cordial with everyone around. Let's talk with me. Tag me in the chat. Let's have some conversation when I'm playing a game. I appreciate that. There's been a few games recently that have been really dead. I don't like that. I don't like feeling like I'm playing a game for myself. Since I became an interactive streamer in 2017, I told you guys, my experience as a gamer has been way better. Oh, there we go with these symptoms. It's been way better since I started being an interactive streamer and talking with you guys on every stream. And if I'm sitting here and it's just me playing the game and I see no one is really talking to me, right? And instead, it's just me playing the game and I feel like I'm talking to myself, right? That sucks. So that's number one, all right? Number two, please understand that I'm still sick. I'm doing my best to recover. I see people complaining about things like, oh, he's blowing his nose or he had to snort. Yeah, I'm sick, man. I'm getting off a really bad cold. and it's lingering, and I don't want these symptoms. Please just be more understanding of that. I don't want to sound gross, but I have to. Like, that's kind of life and reality right now. Do you understand? There's nothing I can really do about it. Oh, and then on top of all of that, yes, right now, straight up, support could help me a lot right now. Whether it's as simple as a super chat, a membership, a gifted membership, and yes, a tip. That would help a ton right now. Right now, I am, no exaggeration, I turned on my stream today negative $50 because of these chargebacks that I got overnight. And I can't fix that. By the way, why is the webcam so choppy right now? Now the webcam is choppy. Like, I can't win, right? I really, see this? Look at the webcam. It's like the frame rate just tanked. Like, what just happened? I just cannot win. Here, you know what? Fuck this webcam. The webcam thing is gonna fuck with me? No. You know, I ain't gonna fuck with me. Hold on a second here. Alright, change the frame rate. Now it looks smoother. See that? It does look smoother. So now I'm gonna change it back. Now it looks choppy again. What a piece of shit. See, I just can't win. Like, no matter what I do, I can't get ahead. It's like, it's just, now my webcam's going to be choppy on me today for some odd reason. I don't know. I don't even know why. But, yeah, right now, any support, a little bit of support would help me right now. Okay? It sucks. I don't like being in a situation like this. You know? Being set back. And I am. You know, not only was I sick, and I'm still feeling the lingering problems of that, I lost out on a big marathon. That Halloween marathon traditionally is a big thing. It reinvigorates my community. People come by and get excited because it's a holiday. They love seeing my costume reveal. They love sharing a meal with me. Horror-themed stuff all day long. That would have been great. And I know people would have enjoyed it. But I missed it. I was sick. It's too late for it. You can't make it up now. It's done. We got to move on positively in other ways. You got to focus on the games and stuff that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I can't do anything about it. That's life. All right? And, you know, I would hope that me being honest with everyone this morning, that you kind of get where I'm coming from, right? And understand why I feel like I feel. I feel down. I do. I feel down. I feel disappointed in myself and the way that things are going because I want things to be better than this. I want people to be excited for the games and talking and everything, and it's not happening, you know? And obviously, I want to be able to be making enough on streams to provide for my family and stuff. And I literally, I started today losing $50. Yeah, that's terrible. Feels like shit. So, what can I do about it? Not a heck of a lot. I'm already booked. I got full podcasts booked, full gameplay streams booked. Everything's booked. Can't do anything crazy. You know, I just got to stick the course and not lose my mind, right? And try not to let this seep into the content. Today, I got to do my best to play Alan Wake 2 and enjoy it and entertain you and keep the pace going because we're getting near the end of the game from what I'm to understand. We're almost there. Right? So let's just keep it going. And just, you know, get through the tough times. That's what it's all about, right? Tis the season to not be humbugged. And to start thinking about being merry and bright and positive and the holiday spirit and everything, right? It's not time to be sitting around doom and gloom and being all annoyed and shit. So, I got to get past it. But that's what I'm really going through right now. And it sucks. I definitely wish that I was in a better position than I am. But I'm coming from a bad position, you know? And it sucks. So, that's what's going on with me. All right?
I got the drip go. 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 I got the drip go.
It's like a faucet that's dripping. You can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean. These dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids.